Hi, thank you so much for joining me here today. Donna Cooper, going back to Achieving Fulfillment. This is the book I had before. It's just the paperback version because I can't find the hardback version. Yeah, having cleaned the house in a little bit. Anyway, I'm turning to this today because I was at a loss. Because I was feeling like a little regret, like I had missed out on things in the past. And I got to the fifth link and it said, live fearlessly. So I thought I'd share this with Mom. I was like, Ma, living fearlessly. I didn't always live fearlessly. Well, hang on. Let me just read you this paragraph, and then we'll get to what happened with Mom today. Fifth link, live fearlessly. This is the unlinked version. Not recklessly or lawlessly, but fearlessly. On the surface, it appears that I've always lived fearlessly. As we know, things are not always what they seem. Hiding my troubles and lack of self-esteem, I took a great deal of chances in my life. Who hasn't? Or I don't know, maybe you haven't. Good for you. Living fearlessly is not about making insane choices that you know will haunt you in years to come. It is about saying yes to something that potentially leads you further down the path of becoming who you need to be. Think about that. Or get the book and reread that sentence. It's a good one. One of my biggest regrets of not living fearlessly was saying no to entering the Miss Amtrak contest. Now, I was sitting with Mom, and we were just talking about things in the past. So I thought I would chime in, and I said, I remember when I was riding the train, I don't remember where I was going, but the conductors came around and asked me if I wanted to be Miss Amtrak to represent Rhode Island. And being in a beauty contest had never crossed my mind. It's not something I ever grew up wanting to do. I just thought it was weird and strange, and I thought, the stigma around being like a beauty queen. So I was just afraid of it, so I said no. Because that's what you do when you're afraid. You just say no, and that makes everything go away. And now, 150 years later, as I think about it, and as I've talked about it in the book, it's like, I'm not saying I necessarily want to be a beauty queen, but why not say yes to things that you're afraid of and just have some courage and try it? So anyway, I'm relating this story to Mom, and I'm like, yeah, I can't believe I said no to that. And she goes, you know what? I have an award for you. How about an award for the worst cook? Okay. Or an award for being the worst caregiver. I said, Ma, I can't be the worst caregiver because you're still here. She said, good point, but sometimes I wish I wasn't. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Bam, right between the eyes. So I told her those are awards that I don't necessarily want. But I guess she was tired of me whining because she said, why are you digging up the past? Why are you talking about something that you didn't want to do? I said, well, maybe if I'd done it, my life would have been different. She said, you know what? So you weren't Miss Amtrak. You telling me that story. What do you want, a medal? No, I don't want a medal, Mom. I want to bring myself back into the present and live fearlessly, but right now. Maybe being a caregiver is living fearlessly. Maybe she's living fearlessly, having me take care of her. Being a caregiver, I don't know if that's necessarily living fearlessly, but I do know that when I keep it in mind to say yes to things that I would normally say no to, my life keeps getting better and better, even though I am still doing the caretaker thing, which is daunting on a daily basis. But you know what? Keep thinking positively and keep doing the things that you're afraid of doing, like having hard conversations with Mom and making suggestions of things that you know she's going to say no to. Why not? Maybe one day she'll say yes. So you know what? Thank you for coming and hanging out today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you here again. Caregiver Coop saying live fearlessly. More great stuff in Achieving Fulfillment. Like I said, this is the paperback. The other one was a hardback. And the paperback is cheaper. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me here. Subscribe, pay attention to yourself, and live fearlessly. It's great. Yeah, is my life better now that I'm not an Amtrak contest winner? I could have been Miss Amtrak. I bet I wouldn't have been a caregiver.